principle of associable advisory that whenever we meet somebody, we greet by good morning because we are always refreshed like we are in the morning. So welcome all of you to this investor awareness program, an initiative by Associable Advisory and Able Minds, the sister concern. And we thank you all for being here and for taking your time. And we thank Bhaskar One, the venue, Mr. Pradeep, and our Taurus, our co-sponsor. So over to Mr. Pradeep. We'll take it forward from here. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Now he said good morning, so I'll start off with good evening. Good evening, everyone. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Pradeep Patangani. I'm a certified financial planner. Started my career as a banker with Canara Bank, moved to State Bank of India, and from there to HSBC as Vice President Credit. Now, since 2006, I've been essentially into this finance, that too personal finance, because I find very few of us know about personal finance. We think we know everything, but then even I today say, I don't know everything though. Things have been changing. We have to change with time. And how we need to go ahead will be looking at in this program. And basically we are going to talk on understanding financial planning, where I'll try to go through the process where what is financial planning, why is it you need financial planning, is it only for the young, or is it also for the old, or is it only for the old but young need not bother about it. All those things will be going through this. So let's start off with a question. This program, let it be interactive. Please do come out with questions. The more you ask, the more clearer it would be. Now let me ask, what is financial planning? What do you think is financial planning?
Planning your finance, where to invest.
Where to invest?
How much you can spend.
Okay. And in other words, a short form, money management and finance, right? Your personal money, right? And when you look at finance and where you manage, how you manage, what is it you look at? What is it? You're investing somewhere. What is it you look at first?
Returns.
Safety and returns.
Basically,
Safety and returns.
it returns, right? But what about the risk? There are two sides to a coin. So and remember, finance is nothing but money. So two sides to a coin. One is risk, the other is return, or one is return, the other is risk. Now, where did you concentrate? Most of us concentrate on returns. You tell someone that you are going to get so much, you will find a line. That is how Winnie Winks and others survive. Correct? So, because everyone wants return, but they don't bother about risks. We work hard, put all the money there, while high returns. But then, remember, first thing in finance, your personal finance, if you are getting high return, definitely there is a high risk involved. Definitely there is a high risk involved. But the converse is not true. What is that? If you take a high risk, you are going to get a high return. No. The problem is, the minute we hear high return, we get so excited, we forget one word which should be there in between called probability. What does probability mean?
Chance.
May or may not. May also means may not, right? So, probability of high returns. That means it is not guaranteed that you get a high return. But when you are getting high returns, definitely there is a risk. The day we start earning, we also start managing money. Most of us, as soon as we get the job, you would have started money. And and I can vouch for all of you that your first investment would have been in insurance. Am I right? That insurance policy which you would have bought either from a relative, or friend, or father's or mother's friend, that's what you would have done. But remember, in finance, we consider insurance not as an investment. We'll take it up as we go on, right? One. Now, managing money, what does it involve? Easy to say manage. What does managing involve? You said manage. What do you mean by manage?
Planning well.
Pardon?
Planning well.
Planning well. Now what does planning involve? First is you need to see how much you are getting.
Right.
Then you need to budget. That's the first thing. Then you need to,
Allocate accordingly.
yes. So you get an income, budget your expense, and what is left is called?
Savings.
Yeah, mostly it is shavings. Right? The savings amount is basically shavings. Now, another word has been used there. What is that? Interest. Now, do you think they are same or do you think they are different? Yes? Why is it different?
Because normally when you invest something, you look for returns or income later on again. Saving is just, it's just there as
It's
a
just
commodity.
keeping it aside.
Yes.
Investing is,
You might get back some
yeah.
returns.
If you do a survey with your colleagues, your employed, sir?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. You do a survey with your colleagues, they don't mind having lakhs in savings account.
Fixed deposit.
And consider that as, forget fixed, in savings itself I can show you,
Alright.
in software industry, people holding lakhs in savings and calling it investment. Savings are not investments. Investment means where you are going to put in for something of a higher return, at the same time taking a risk. Remember one thing, return means risk, right? So that is investing. Now, how you manage, or what we call prudent money management, how you manage, look at your returns, looking at your risk, is called as financial planning. Financial planning, initially we started off as money management. It involves earning, saving, spending, saving, and not just saving, investing. Investing it in such a way that I get an optimum return with a least possible risk, right? So that brings us to another question. Do you think there is any investment which has no risk?
Bank investments.
Or it's a
Fixed deposits.
fixed deposit. Okay. Huh?
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy is not an investment. Sir.
No. The first risk involved in FD.
In FD, yes, in India it is not possible. That is really, in India it is not possible. See, unless you have been saving in a Kapi Roti bank, that is cooperative bank. Okay, if you are saving there is a possibility of what you call a bank failing. But if you invest in any public sector bank or even a private bank, in India at least the history says no bank has been allowed to fail. Only cooperative banks have been. Because that's like Draupadi. 5 masters, board of directors, the shareholders, then you have the state government, central government, RBI, Draupadi. So each is going to pull in a different direction, naturally it's going to fly. But when it comes to a private or other thing, yes, in US and other places, fine, they'll be allowed to fail. But in India, no. So considering that we are all in India and most of our investments will be in India, let's stick to this. Do you think there is anything? Now he said fixed deposit. Do you think there is no risk in fixed deposit, sir?
I don't think so.
But there are risks involved even in case of fixed deposit.
You have to get a
Yeah, that's what I'm going to make. Now, what is it you get on your fixed deposit?
fixed return.
You get a return. What is it called? What do you call the return you get on the fixed deposit? Interest. You know one thing? Whatever in India you call as interest is of interest to income tax department also.
Some portion.
No, there is no sum. No, anything that catches the word interest is taxed. That 10,000, 12,000 which you are referring to is gone. The day Mr. Chidambaram took over as finance minister under UPA 1, just like you have Bharat 1, Bharat 2 for automobiles, you have UPA 1, UPA 2. Under UPA 1, the day Mr. Chidambaram came in, he just adjusted his dhoti and took out the interest, that small amount which was allowed. Every part. You are not showing is a different issue. And you can do that for another 1 or 2 years. In 2013, income tax department will tell you how much you earned as interest. They are already in that. I don't know whether you heard of it.
Whether you show or you don't show, anyway, the bank deducts a TDS.
No, TDS is different, tax is different.